Hey guys, happy Wednesday. I wanted to pop on here for a few minutes tonight to share with you 10 habits that will help improve your life. This is from the 7 minute podcast, and it's a great podcast with a lot of positive information on it. I've done a couple Facebook Lives on it before, about tips from it before to help improve our lives and share information with you. My name is Georgia Pinto. I'm a married mom. I have two boys. One is turning 13 this Saturday. The other one will be 10 in July. And my husband and I, summer's a huge time for us. My husband and I will celebrate our 14th wedding anniversary later this month. So cheers to all that. Happy Wine Wednesday, by the way. All right, let's get into these habits. So the first one is continuous rest. And they made a point to say that it's not that 8 hours, as a lot of us have grown up believing is so super important, but that you should be able to wake up energized, not need a nap. Oops, sometimes I take a nap during the summer, and even during the weekends. But you should honestly wake up energized, ready to go. And going along with that is to get continuous rest. Is number two is to wake up early. Try to start the day. I know it's hard for those people who work outside of the house, but try to start the day doing something that you love. So even if it's just reading a little bit of a favorite book, or if it's reading some scripture or doing some meditation, they recommend that you try to do something that you really love. Number three is eat healthy and exercise. And to remember that this is hey, Jose, this is a small kind of action thing, and it's a compounding effect. So if you're making little changes often in your diet, not your diet, right, but your way of life for eating and your exercises, those small actions can build up over time. Number four is the meditate. That's actually something that I want a little bit more information about. So if anybody watching could drop some tips about meditating, or send me a message, I would love to get some information about meditating. That's something that I don't want to say not good at, but it's just something that I don't do yet. Oh, that's great, Jose. Could you share where you get some of your devotionals from? I know you're always so positive on your Facebook. I love it. Number five is to plan. And what good is a plan if you're not going to execute it, right? So plan accordingly. Think about what you can get done within that day. That's really important to plan. Number six, the tip is to focus on high leverage activities. And again, that is, I think it's in the thing there. I think it's called Art of Improvement. Yes, Art of Improvement. It's in small tips here. Hey, Pascal, congratulations on John Michael's graduation, moving up from 5th grade. To focus on high leverage activities, meaning 20% is action and 80%, is results. I was like, I wrote chicken scratch there. I couldn't even read it. But 20% is action, 80% is activities, and 80% is in results. Maybe I should have written that out a little bit better, right? You see how little that is. Okay. Number seven is to acquire new skills. When I got into network marketing in March of 2017, I have so many skills from teaching, and I was a psych major, elementary education minor in college. I have so many skills that translate or transfer over to network marketing so well. One being, I'm not the best person, the best public speaker, but I love speaking. Is meeting new people, making a good impression, and speaking. I love to plan. I love to execute plans. So number 5, 6, and 7 all go really well for me. I don't want to plan these outrageous things to do with my day, right? Just like I wouldn't plan outrageous things to do with my class if I'm not going to be able to get them done. Now, with that being said, you don't want to set your target too low so that you're not planning enough to do. But it goes back to number 1 and number 2. Make sure that you get continuous rest. So don't overplan so you're spending you're having sleepless nights or you're only getting like 5 hours of sleep, unless some of you guys only really do require that little sleep. Please, when you're hopping on, say hello. Let me know how you're doing, where you're tuning in from. And will you drop the number that you think is the ideal number of hours for you per night of sleep? Personally, I think I'm somewhere between 7.5. I don't think I need 8 hours. All right, number 8 is read, and I did not make that up. I'm a teacher, so you might say, oh, she's just telling us to read, but really it is true to read. This I heard from a podcast, that's what I'm sharing, but also, oh, thank you, Jose. Also, it's just so important to read because I feel like a lot of the personal development that we read, it tells us, not to just keep it all for ourselves, but to pour it out, to share it with others, and then you can get more information and do the same thing. So, for example, this doesn't have to do with reading, but like pouring out and sharing with others. I started a cooking class last night, and I'm going to come on and do some lives with some of the recipes that we're learning. I'm not very good at cooking. I'm not being hard on myself. I'm just not very good. When I was younger, and even now, I've always liked setting the table. I'm one of those weird people who really likes to clean the dishes too. I'd rather do that any day instead of cook. So with the cooking class, that has to do with like acquiring new skills and like getting out of my comfort zone. And so what better time for me than the summer to do that. So it's going to be for 6 Tuesday nights. It's from 5 to 7 o'clock. So it's really an exciting opportunity for me, and it's through the county. It's free, and they feed us dinner there too. Last night we had some quinoa and some really yummy stuff. Oh, that's awesome, Jose. Could you please maybe send some easy, healthy recipes my way? Thank you. All right, number 9, back to the list. Interact with doers. You can learn so much from doers. If you're just around people who talk, and never do, well, that like my 5th graders would be laughing about that. Never do. But if you're around people who talk, and don't do, then what good is that, right? A lot of what we've learned with network marketing is taking action. And so we set goals for ourselves, and you want to take action, and how good it is. And that goes back to my number 6 tip about focusing on high leverage activities, and how 20% of your activities will lead you to 80% results, and how super important it is, just not to surround yourself with people. I don't want to call them lame, but people who aren't into doing and producing, and to really encourage you to be around people who are really doing things. And the last one, can anybody guess what the last tip would be? What might be like a really good tip? Anyone who's been on the whole broadcast, or if you're tuning in live, I'll give you a moment to guess. What is a good tip for improving your life? What do you think? We've covered rest, health and exercise. We're going to keep this G-rated. It's not the S word. What do you think is a habit for improving your life? What would be number 10? Number 10, this is huge for me, being a teacher as well. Reflecting and evaluating. Ask yourself, how am I doing? You can ask yourself this throughout the day. You can ask yourself this at night. You can ask yourself every few months, if you keep a journal or a diary, how am I doing on that? Right? Hey, Ashley, that's a great suggestion to have, self-development, Lisa, and Ashley, to have your you time. Ashley, you might have some tips. I don't know if you've been on since the beginning about meditation. Do you meditate? Hey, there's my cousin's daughter, Ashley, and Miss Siobhan. What's up, ladies? When I worked in Williamsburg at a school, was I there for 2 years or 3 years? We were in Williamsburg for 3 years, but I was in York County for 1, and then back in Williamsburg for 2 before we moved down here. And I worked at an International Baccalaureate Primary Years Program. We love our acronyms. IBPYP school. And what it was really important, if Janet Parker is watching this, she was the coordinator of our International Baccalaureate program there. What's really important about the International Baccalaureate program, and if any of you graduated from it, you know this, it's very important to reflect and evaluate. So you're thinking about what your goals were, and you're thinking about how you did. So I like to do that with my students, right? The last few years I've been teaching 5th grade. This coming year I'll be teaching 4th. How did you do on the test? Well, Mrs. Pinto, I'm really having trouble. I don't know my math facts fluidly. So when I had a 4-digit times a 3-digit math problem, of course it took me forever to do. And then I couldn't get finished with all the problems on the test, right? Or how do you think you did on the reading test? Well, I thought I kind of remembered what the passage said, so I didn't read the passage when it's asked, about paragraph 2. I didn't go back and read paragraph 2, and I'm like, what? That's not what we practiced. So it's really important to reflect and evaluate. So I'm not going to go back through the list. If you hopped on in the middle of the live, if you would take the time to please go back and listen. Let me know what you think maybe are the top 2 most important habits to improving your life that I mentioned. And I'm going to say, I think number 1 is really one of the most important for me. Continuous rest. And I'd have to say that, interacting with doers. Hey, Jennifer, because some of these things like reading and stuff, that's part of my planning. So I'd have to say continuous rest and interacting with doers. And since I've really been around doers since March of 2017, not only with network marketers, but like since I joined the network marketing community in March of 2017, I have really stepped up my game and became more of a doer and somebody who really executes plans, I believe, a lot better. So hope that you guys are having a fabulous week. I'm going to go enjoy Wine Wednesday with my hubby here. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Remember, I'm a doer. This is my 5-day challenge that I'm doing all by myself. I will see you guys tomorrow. If anybody's interested in doing a Facebook Live challenge, I'd love to do it with you. And we could even do some stuff behind the scenes on Facebook Messenger and, even create a thread if a few people want to do it. And we'll challenge each other. And then when we go live, we can invite each other to watch it. How does that sound? Take it easy, guys. Have a wonderful week. Be blessed.